Distinguished adventurers, welcome to the episode 2 of the community Q&A. Yeah, we've made it past episode 1.
Are we not counting the first one, the special one, or is that the first one?
I feel like that was like episode 0. That was a special one. We did that not knowing it was going to continue as a thing. Fair. So, I mean, that's what I'm going with, and I'm the one who took care of the overlay, so there you go. Who am I?
Totally.
I'm Lauren Irvin. I'm the content coordinator here at Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, and with me, below me, but awesome person, is Sean. Sean, who are you?
Hello. I am part-time streamer here, and also part-time customer support, so I fix your problems. I'm here to help.
Fix problems, talk about problems, talk on stream. Yeah. You do awesome things for awesome people. Yeah. And together we do this 2-hour stream called the Community Q&A, where we literally answer questions from chat about the game, about life, about the Green Knight, because we will be talking about the Green Knight. We will. There will be spoilers. But first, we should talk about the reason we're doing these days of streaming, which is Fenris. Yay!
Yay!
Look at them, they're adorable. Fenris, the direwolf pup, who is the latest familiar that we are offering to everybody as a purchasable familiar, as a donation to Take This. TakeThis.org is a fantastic organization that promotes positive mental health in gaming and supports people both who make games and play games, and tries to promote and talk about a healthy mental outlook and things that you can do to help your own mental health. We were really fortunate to continue to work with Tanya DePass, who you might know is Lisa Storio from Rivals of Waterdeep, but who also does a myriad of other awesome things, including being one of the Take This ambassadors, and is just awesome. So if you haven't had a chance to pick up Fenris yet, you absolutely should.
Just do it for the little bow. That's all. Do it for the bow tie.
Yeah. And we're showing off actually on the overlay. You can see the key art as well for Fenris over there on the on your right. Yes, on your right.
Yeah.
Ooh, directions are hard.
Point to the left, but it's actually on the right. But I have to point to the left because the camera. Yeah.
Yeah. Streaming is hard. Directions are hard when you're streaming. Yeah. But this is not the only announcement that we have.
Oh, wait. There's more.
But wait, there's more.
Door number 2?
Yeah. Sean, why don't you talk to us a little bit about...
Oh, my God.
This.
Worm Speaker, Catty. This is your special code to unlock her. Get some free chests and a brand new skin for her for a little something that's coming soon. TM. So make sure to check our socials next week for some important information about upcoming special stuff. Da-da-da.
I mean, we can't say it.
You go. I'm too scared.
Trials of Mount Tiamat.
Trials of Mount Tiamat, the forbidden.
Well, it's slowly becoming not as forbidden, but we'll see. So we have talked about Trials of Mount Tiamat. We did a big stream with on the Epic Twitch channel. This was about a month ago that Chris and I talked about. Chris Dupuis, awesome person, does 3 billion things here for the company. He spoiled a bunch of things coming up, including information about Trials. And then not long after that, there was a developer insights where they talked at length about Trials of Mount Tiamat. And we're getting to the point that there may be more information coming. So we're giving away this awesome, it's Catty Brie plus the skin plus 3 gold Catty Brie chests. This is available until next week. We have the code will be cycling through chat, so that if you've missed it now, this is going to be available for the next week. So I like it. Exclamation point. Catty free. I like that. That's not the thing they have to say, but I like it.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, that was our big announcement. Is yay, more gifts for our days of streaming.
We just want to give out everything to you guys.
Yeah.
Thanks for being with us for so long.
Yeah, thank you. And more to come. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How do you like this outfit that Catty Brie is in?
I love it. I love the purple. It's almost like she's like, I killed a purple dragon and just like, these scales are mine, and I'm gonna make armor out of it.
Yeah. I mean, there is now officially in 5e it's not purple dragons, it's the gem dragons. Are becoming a thing, and so it's probably I don't remember what the specific thing is, but purple. But yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. But let's go ahead and
Amethyst dragon.
oh, maybe it is amethyst. Oh,
I was
is
like, what's
that
a purple?
blue?
I was like, what's a purple gem?
Yeah,
Is
because
it
there's
amethyst? Yeah.
sapphire is official right now.
Yeah.
And then they've talked a little bit about gem dragons in some of the UA, and then like gem dragonborn and things. But we'll have to see what else comes out. But yeah, I like the idea of her slaying a purple dragon and being like, this is stylish.
Yeah, this is gonna look good.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and take that down. And, hey, look, it's a game. And look, we're alive. Oh, I'll go ahead and close that out. So
No, check them out. We're gonna watch the stream.
I mean, we could do that in Inception, watching the stream that we're on kind of thing, but I feel like I would break the overlay, or we'd end up with one of those ding dong hello Sean moments.
Oh yeah, and you can't recreate that. It has to come naturally.
You know what? And when it comes naturally, I'm going to be panicked.
Oh yeah.
Vote and Spawn, thank you for the subscription, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
Yay.
Yeah, I panicked quite quickly when that happened. I was like, oh, it was like my second time streaming or something like that. So I was at my desk at home, like, oh my god, like rebooted my computer really quickly, trying to figure out what's going on. And,
yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, streamer, especially audio issues. Like I feel like, and this might be my personal opinion, especially doing a lot of D&D streams. I feel like you can get away with issues with your video. But once your audio goes bad, that's the end of your stream. That just everything, especially when it goes bad in a way that you eventually have to just turn off the audio because it turns, which like Ding Dong Hello Sean was funny until it became a lot.
Yeah. I think when I rebooted my computer though, I think that's when they cut the ding dong part.
Mm-hmm.
I think. So it did stop for a little bit and then I was able to join in, but yeah. It was definitely panic inducing at the time.
Yeah. I'm sure with all of the streams that we're doing, there will be those audio moments, but we will endeavor to make them at least funny and short. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I've just got right now a Corazon fun formation going on here because I am still grinding away on Corazon chests. Although I've got a couple still to open up. They just sit there, and then eventually I'm like, I should open these. I should gear up my Corazon, but he's doing pretty well. You know.
Wait, is that 2 purple? 2 purple, all blue?
I got 3, or no, 2 purple, but one of them shiny.
Ooh.
So yeah,
lucky.
I still have. Let's go to our collections. Let's do the thing that I know will probably make, unfortunately, Garwar upset because I'm pretty sure I've got holes.
Oh, my collection has so many holes in it.
I have so many holes in my collection. Where are you, Corazon? There you are.
Actually not bad. Yeah, that's pretty good.
I'm doing pretty good. I try to be good about opening the chests in an order that tries to fill in all the gaps.
Yeah.
So I guess it worked. So yeah, I'm just missing a couple purples. So hey, I'm gonna open up a couple Corazon chests. Why don't you answer the first couple of questions that came on in?
Yeah, of course. Emotes is asking a question. Any news on the Prudence Corazon honorary crewmates resolved not working together? I don't know if it's been fixed yet, but it's a bug. They should be working together. That it's on the list still.
On the list.
On the list.
Open up these Catty Brie as well.
Nice. Dinaj96 has a question. I was told there was a spreadsheet with recommended easier patron variants. Can y'all tell me where to find it? My Google Foo is failing me. That would likely be on the Discord in the resources section is my best guess.
Also, I got another purple. Yay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Slowly gearing up my goal whenever there's a new champion is just to try to get them to all purples before the end of the event. So we're on our way.
Yeah. Having a community Q&A, Reddit Q&A, and dev Q&A packed all on the same day, single day of the week. Yeah, it's the day of Q&A. You got questions, we got answers.
Thursday.
Today is the day. Yeah, Thursday.
And this is just normal now. This is just the way it's going to work. We have these 3 streams, or the 2 streams and the Reddit Q&A are just Thursdays with a little bit of a break for idle insights in between.
Yeah, nice little interview in the middle.
Yeah. Todd gives us all a break from answering questions to asking questions of
the opposite.
An awesome guest. Yeah. the exact opposite. Oh, I should mention we have multiple moderators in the chat because this is a big day of streaming. They kind of overlap and back each other up, and because moderating is hard and doing the producing is hard. So thank you to Martin and Sasha and Mars for all being here together and grabbing the questions from chat. If you do have a question, go ahead and put it in chat with question in all caps at the front of your question so that they can easily grab it. We've got a little document that we look in that lets us keep up with questions even when everybody is entering this giveaway, which I totally lost what the giveaway was for.
It's the 42 chests.
Okay. Yes, if you would like all of the gear, all of the loot, definitely come to the chat and enter for a chance to win. Sorry, I'm trying to catch up with the chat now. Oh, Counting Coup got the same Catty purple as I got in my chests. Aw.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Griff has a question asking, do you know when the Bright Stars event ends? It ends on Monday. It'll be the 13th at... I always forget if it's 10 or noon.
Noon Pacific.
Noon Pacific. Does it end earlier than normal? I don't remember.
I think most things that we do start or end at noon Pacific. There's a couple of things that are 10, but those are usually things that are outside of our control. Like I know the Fenris Take This stuff started on Monday at 10 a.m., but that was because of when things went live and the fact that it was a holiday and there's extenuating circumstances. But
yeah. I like the idea of calling our moderators dragons to fit with the theme.
I was just looking at that.
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah, but then I like that. But then are we asking our moderators to pick a color? And will anybody be upset if they end up with like a metallic versus a chromatic? Like, does everyone want to be a red dragon? Or I don't know. Let's ask Martin, Sasha, Mars. What color dragon would you all like to be?
Oh, right. Mars is already on it.
Mars is like, I have an answer right now.
Yeah, you're totally down for dragons. I want drumroll.
Oh. ...
He's paused. Shadow dragon. Ooh. Delving into the grade 9 emo phase. Yeah, Mars.
I respect going outside of the chromatic metallic color scheme and going for a different type of dragon. Martin's like, I have thoughts, but I'm doing a giveaway. Give me a second. Yes, we totally
doing
understand.
My job. Don't bug me, please.
Sorry. We'll let you go back to your job.
Okay, we'll go on to questions then. Boozeric's asking what familiars take out the distractions. That would be when you have 6 familiars on the field, like Lauren does right now.
Yep.
They will automatically click distractions for you.
I just realized I don't have Fenris out here,
get rid of the gazer, yeah.
Yeah, there's Fenris.
If you're on Steam or Epic, you can hold F and then hover over the box, and it'll show you if there's no familiar in it. It'll show you a little pop up saying what that box can do and what requirements for certain things. So.
Yep. Oh, now the gazer's back. Oh, and we should probably show off the new familiars.
Oh yeah.
Box.
Get that gelatinous cube and the pixie riding the corgi.
Yeah. Yep. Oh, they're over here. Oh, let me definitely get Pixie riding corgi. So I think this is only on PC, or has this been updated for all the platforms?
Well, those two are only on Steam right now.
No, I mean this display.
Oh, that's Steam only currently.
Okay. Yeah. But it's going to be coming to everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Steam had the trial run yesterday and found a little bug that caused a lot of freezing, so we got that fixed really quick. Yep. Expect it soon on Epic, Cart, everywhere. Maybe not, except for console probably. They have their own stuff.
Yeah, I mean, console kind of needs their own UI to be cautious. But what I love about this is all the information it gives. It makes it a lot bigger and easier to see all of your familiars. I love that you can show only the ones that you own or only the ones that are unassigned.
The unassigned one is nice.
Yeah. Especially since right now a lot of my charity familiars are at the end and are unassigned. And I'm like, all right, we got to get Grant out here. Let's see.
Garroy says that he'd be a crystal dragon, but I vote that he wouldn't be a dragon because he's not one of our permanent moderators. He's got the mod tag, but he's not He's not like a Martin or Mars.
Oh,
Or Sasha.
true, but I wouldn't refuse dragonhood. I think then how dare, yes. I think
I was almost out of my water because of that.
Yeah, here's what I think. I think anyone with a sword in our channel deserves to call themselves a dragon. But
So he's a kobold, right? No.
I think our main moderators just get first pick.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I could go with that.
So
Yeah, he's a pseudo dragon. Yeah, there we go.
I mean, pseudo dragons are kind of cool.
Yeah.
I do like pseudo dragons a lot.
Yeah. He's just really picking on Gar. That's really all this is.
Yeah, we love you, Garwar. Thank you for doing 2 hours of streaming this morning. We really appreciate it.
What? Maybe a silly question, Lauren, but what would you be?
That is an excellent question, actually. I know everyone is gonna be like Gold Dragon because of Orkira.
Yeah, that was exactly like.
Actually,
that's why it's a silly question.
I know, like Gold Dragons are not my favorite either, as either their physicality or what they do. I always get the bronze and the brass mixed up. There's the one that hold on a second. I'm gonna pull it up. You answer another question.
Okay. Koyadi underscore TTV asks, how do I remove a web from a champion? It's still on there after the run is over. So that is a bug that's ongoing. It's just an overlay, so the champion should still be working as normal, but then the net is just a little bug. Garwar is asking, who is on Idle Insights today? I believe it's Tanya today.
I think it is. Let me triple.
Yeah.
You got that one?
I got that one. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Tanya DePass is our Idle Insights today. Yeah, that's the one.
And she's awesome. She'll be able to talk about Fenris. She'll be able to talk about Rivals. She'll be able to talk about Into the Motherland. She'll be able to talk about all the awesome stuff that she's streaming about. So yeah, there's she has a wealth of information and knowledge and experience, and I bet that's going to be an awesome interview.
Yeah, I believe it is also pre-taped.
Is that one? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Todd said it's pre-taped. So,
okay.
Yeah. Orca Maris's question. I just started like 5 hours ago. Wow, early in the game. Thanks for stopping by. What do I do? Well, that's a loaded question.
I mean, first, welcome.
Yeah.
What you do is enjoy the game.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah. How you enjoy the game, there are a myriad of ways, and none of them are wrong. But Sean, go ahead and you give your answer. I'll give mine, and then I have my dragon answer here.
Yeah. Man, where to start? So you started Steam today. You got a bunch of free stuff. First thing you should do, let's open the chests. Go get your gear out. Get that ready to go. And then start by just kind of learning what the champions you have that you can access, and play around in the formation and see what works best. Check your numbers, make sure they go up. Down is bad, obviously. And just kind of work with that, I think, for a little bit. Definitely check out the Discord and the Reddit and all our great places. A lot of super, super nice people who are very helpful to newer players, because this game looks very simple on the surface, but there's a lot of more in-depth formation building strategies behind the scenes that you don't pick up on right away. So would definitely recommend checking out the Discord and stuff. And just play around, read the champions, see what they do, and walk to the right.
Yeah. I completely echo all of that. I also recommend don't be afraid to fail at doing some of the harder variants. Like, give them a try. Anything that you do will earn favor and get you further in the game. So, if you want to give one of the harder things a try and you don't make it, you hit your wall, and you need to reset and start over and do some more free plays or do something else or find some other champions to unlock. It happens all the time, and you've now earned experience and favor, and that will help you with your next run. So don't be afraid to just try things. It's fun.
Yeah. And always, always, always push as far as you can in every adventure. Even if it says you've completed it, try to keep going as far as you can, so you can kind of earn more favor as you go.
Agreed. Let us circle back to dragons, because we have some answers from both our moderators and from me. Because I had to look it up because I have several editions in my head, and I had to make sure I was thinking of the right one. So Jay says they would like to claim the prismatic dragon.
Ooh. Fancy.
Yeah, very cool. Martin comes in asking about Force dragons from 3E, which is I gotta look that up because I haven't seen those. That's amazing.
I opened up the Forgotten Realms wiki to kind of look up dragons myself, and I want to point out that prismatic dragons are powerful, charismatic, and flamboyantly multicolored.
Ooh.
I think fits J to a T. And then Force dragons are powerful, aloof, and arrogant, transparent dragons. So I haven't seen him. I don't know a lot about Martin. I don't think he's arrogant or aloof.
Well, so the interesting question about what dragon do you want to be is, are you picking based on what they look like?
Or like the description? Or,
yeah, because otherwise, like, I think some of it does have to be based on looks, or else who is ever going to pick any of the chromatic dragons? Yes, I am a red dragon. I like to destroy things.
I'm mean.
I'm mean. I am so mean. I went more with description in this case because my favorite dragon happens to be brass dragons. And the reason is because they're social dragons. They're the only dragon that really talks about wanting to interact with other beings in more than a specific way. So like there's the I think it's copper dragons are like pranksters and jokesters that just kind of want to prank you. There's gold dragons, which, while they're gorgeous, are also kind of like, we're awesome and you should listen to us, and they kind of want to, like, they get in your business. There's all the other dragons have like a specific kind of thing that they want when they're interacting with other humanoids, and brass dragons are like, we just want to chat. We just want to hang out with people. We just like talking. We just want to engage in conversation. We just, all that's fun. And so, and the thing that they collect is things that help them talk with more people, which I think is kind of awesome. So that would be my dragon.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm looking through the list right now, and I'm trying to decide which one I would be. I'm kind of settling on a rattler dragon.
Okay.
Which are dragons that live in a desert, so they don't fly, but they like the warm. They live in the deserts because they tend to be more like earth aligned on stuff. So
okay, that sounds cool.
Keep looking. I think that's almost where I'm settling it, but I'm not. I'll just be the platinum dragon, actually.
Yeah, why not just be Bahamut? I will say my favorite dragon to use in a D&D game, especially as a DM, is the blue, because blue dragons. Of all of the chromatic dragons, if you're going by the regular description in the monster manual, which I'm all for taking ideas out of the monster manual and changing stuff up all the time, but if you're trying to stay at least semi with the lore, as it were, blue dragons they're very smart, they're very powerful, and the thing that they like collecting is essentially vassals. They like collecting people. They like having a network. And so even though they're not necessarily good creatures, they're the kind of self-centered antagonist that isn't necessarily going to be one that's just about I kill you or you kill me. Like, you can negotiate with them, and you can have a kind of a normal relationship with them, and those are the most fun to me, because especially for players who've been playing for a while who then look at it's a chromatic dragon, so it must be evil, and thus we must attack you. And it's like, well, no, here's a situation in where what they want might not be evil, and what they're willing to barter and negotiate, and they're not necessarily going to like take possession of someone, but they like being able to say, I have this person in my employ and I have this person at my beck and call, and that's kind of what they like to collect. And I find that fascinating and a really interesting thing to use in a D&D game, especially when you want to have an encounter with a dragon that isn't just, all right, breath weapon and they're dead.
Yeah, actually I'm gonna settle on an astral dragon because they seem pretty cool.
Ooh.
And I love the astral plane and the astral sea and all that stuff, and I've always wanted to run like a whole campaign just based on the astral sea. Yeah.
So
I think I'm gonna go with that.
Oh, that is super cool.
Because they eat Gif Yankee. Like their diet is just like, I prefer Gif Yankee. That's.
Is it all Gith, or is it specifically Gith Yankee because of the astrosy? Like if a Gith Zerai came along, are they like, nah, too salty?
Yeah, they prefer Gif Yankee. Yeah.
Oh,
mainly because the Gif Yankee also tend to have like gem encrusted armor, so it's like a 2-in-1. Like you get food and a treasure, so it's like Kinder Egg.
Yeah, I mean that works.
Yeah.
More questions?
More questions.
More questions.
What we got here? Ordak RLS, is any chance to add more languages to the game? Well, that's coming soon, so I can tell you that.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned. Yeah, we don't have a fixed date, but we do have a bunch of languages coming soon.
I like Loki Grommel's question. Why 42 chests? Is it the meaning of life? I mean, I don't actually know because that was before my time, but that's what I like to think, that it is a Hitchhiker's reference because it makes me happy. Also, it's 42 chests.
It's a lot.
And it's just a lot. It's just a good number. It's just an exciting number. But yeah.
Guaranteed 4 epics at least, right? So.
I think so. Yeah.
It's 10 for the free timer, right? So.
Yeah.
Slow Fat Ninja is asking, why do I sometimes end up with a wave or set of enemies which I can beat on for minutes without seeing any actual damage being registered? That sounds like you've hit a wall, or you hitting a point where you can't. The damage you're doing is not high enough to really inflict a whole bunch onto the monsters. Generally happens when you have someone like Krull in your party, where their traitor plague is really what's killing the monsters and not your party. So keep a lookout for that.
I do love using Krull. He's so good. He's so good, and yeah, definitely super fun. Yeah. Oh yeah, I see that you've already grabbed that one. Broken Golem, new player as of yesterday. Welcome. Thanks for joining us. You've come at a very auspicious time. Looking forward to learning. Thank you. If you do have any specific questions, definitely ask. But I always recommend, and I'll put it in the chat here, come to our Discord, discord.gg/idlechampions, for your day-to-day friends and questions needs.
Yeah. Cass is asking, familiars box is kind of huge now, but I love the tick boxes. Can the patron familiars we don't have be shown as well? Are they not shown? Do you have all the patron familiars?
I do. Actually,
because the flaming skull is one of them. Same with the spider.
I might not have Zerial's. Let me take a look. Or yeah, so I do not have the baby Quaddle. I'm still working on the familiars. Come to my Monday show. I work on the patron stuff. All right, so I don't have the baby Quaddle. So
doesn't look like it's there.
Black screen, and then we're trying to look at all these familiars. It's like, all right, yeah, because here's that's the flame skull.
Yeah, it doesn't send another party. Yes, they're not showing in there. Huh, interesting. Okay.
That is a good thing to know. Yeah, I guess owned, they're counting owned or unowned as you've bought them with money or gems, but the yeah, I guess we should make a note of that. That is an interesting thing.
I just highlighted it for now so we can look at it for later.
Ah, perfect. I was about to say, I don't know how you like to make a note. I usually make notes. I just pull up a notepad and I'm like, things for later. Type.
Nice.
That makes way more sense. Or we could just be like, David and Justin, who are like, someone make a note.
Yeah, they don't do it. Somebody make a note.
Somebody who's listening to us right now, make a note. Okay.
Yeah. Sidney Simon 666 is asking, will we get parties for trials/raids at some point? Are there no plans for player collaborative play? Well, you're in luck. This is all multiplayer. You'll form a party with friends or other players, and then go on to scale the mountain.
Go on to glory. And if you want to find out more, keep an eye on our socials and everything next week.
Ooh.
Yes.
J-Dog is asking, is the change from UPG upgrade to double arrows in preparation for multi-language support? 100% yes. UPG does not translate at all. So yes, that is correct.
I will go ahead and get this next question. Lucy LRA wants to know, is it Trevor that I have to annoy to speed up getting captions on all streams now? Don't annoy Trevor. We like Trevor. Trevor is awesome. Trevor is doing his best to be the community manager for a very giant community across the entire of all of our platforms. You can continue to remind me. I'm not going to say annoy or bug because I think it's good. We're working on getting them for all of the streams. So as you see, slowly on all of the streams as they come out, we are getting captions. But you can continue to ask me, or if you want to mention something on socials. But yes, I appreciate the reminder, and I appreciate your patience as we continue to get it to work with everything.
Yeah, Garwar giving the clap back with the. You can form a party with enemies too. I formed one with Sean in beta testing. How dare you, sir?
I mean, okay. If we're gonna spoil a little bit of beta testing, I will call myself out. And I do remember starting up a party and missing. There was someone who was waiting to join our party, and I didn't wait long enough, and we started, and I left someone behind.
Womp womp.
Yeah, that was my fault. So there we go.
Quiddy TTV is asking, does the best gear auto equip? And it does. Essentially, the higher rarity will always equip itself automatically, and you can't drop down or anything like that. So.
Yep. I'll grab the next one. Georgie. Hold on. Georgie Porgy. To donate to the charity, I just buy the DLC normally through Steam. Yeah. So if you purchase the. If we're specifically talking about Fenris, let me pull him back up because he's adorable. There he is. If we're specifically talking about Fenris, then all you have to do is make the purchase like you normally would through your platform of choice, which it sounds like is Steam. And I believe it's the net proceeds for the first 2 weeks of the sales, so through September 19th, are donated to take this. So all that is taken care of. All you have to do is make the purchase as normal. And hey, look, there's also Catty Brie as a reminder. All the free stuff.
Yeah.
And then back to the game.
Inklady Pumpkin is asking, question, will it ever be possible to switch platforms for this game, example from Epic to Steam? Likely not. Mostly because it's a platform restriction. A lot of platforms like the players to stay on their platform and not be able to hop to everywhere else. And then obviously with purchases as well, it's kind of that same issue.
Yeah.
So there's not very likely you'll be able to switch platforms at any given moment.
We like having our game on all of these platforms. It is super exciting that you have your choice, but not every platform likes to talk to every other platform. So it is sometimes a little difficult. That's why sometimes when stuff rolls out, they don't roll out on all the platforms all at once. That's why sometimes when we do like the charity familiars, sometimes there is a little bit of delay on some platforms than others, and it's just because we have to abide by each of the platform's rules. So
exactly, yeah.
We're just trying to do our best for you and the platforms.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of trying to link my Genshin account to my PlayStation account, and it states specifically anything you buy on PlayStation or vice versa, they don't cross.
Mm-hmm.
So if I buy gems on PlayStation and then go play on my computer, they don't go anywhere. I don't get those gems on my PC. So
yeah, there's some of that with the Xbox and PC. Depending on where you buy it, it's not necessarily going to be cross-platform. Depending on the game, I know that's updated all the time, so I'm probably behind. I've been looking into a little bit more because Halo Infinite's coming out. I'm gonna play it on I'm gonna play it on the Xbox because I am a controller person most of the time. And I want to be able to sit on the couch and enjoy playing on the Xbox. This is my Steam computer is also kind of my work computer, so a chance to walk away from it is sometimes nice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel that.
Oh, and someone is. I'm going to skip ahead to Montes Rex. How can I get Catty Brie? Let me pull her back up here. Yay! There we go. So there she is. Why is she not under the overlay? That is so weird. Hey, get under the overlay. Oh well, whatever. You can see her. There she is. So this is a new thing that we are offering right now for our basically as a thank you for watching these streams, as a tease for next week. If you go into the game and you put in that code WormSpeakerCatty, which I would do, except I already did it, then it should automatically unlock in the game the Catty Brie, if you don't currently have her unlocked. Worm Speaker Catty, which is the actual skin that you see here on the screen, and 3 gold chests. And what I can do is I can at least show you, come here to the chest screen, go to unlock a locked chest, and this is for any chest code, not just for Catty, but say the Electrum chest that we're offering for this stream, or anything else that's going on. Yeah, kind of that way. Yeah. It'll also be in chat. And so, yeah, you just put it on in here. If you've got 16 characters, you can increase it to 16. You can do a copy paste and it'll automatically size, and then you say unlock, and voila, you get all the funness.
Exactly.
So yeah, go get yourself. And actually, do I have Catty in this adventure? I think I got her in. No, I don't have her over here because this is my non-DPS party. Let me at least. Oh, I gotta get rid of Freely for a second. Okay.
Bye, B-Dave.
B-Dave will be back. So here we go. Wormspeaker Catty. There she is.
Hey, there it is.
Hey. All right, and then Freely's got to come back. Pirate Freely.
Yeah.
Sorry, Catty. This is my Heroes of the Plains welcome Corazon to the game formation. Because this is how I play this game, is all of my friends are welcoming my new friend to the formation.
That's awesome. Next question. Moguda Tisk is asking a question. Why another chaotic human male rogue in slot 8? Why another chaotic anything?
I mean,
every streamer is chaotic something. So
chaotic does tend to be a very popular when you think about just D&D characters in general, and then streamer D&D characters in specific, and I say this as someone who is currently playing a chaotic good character, so I include myself. Yeah. There is a nice amount of leeway in the chaotic part of the lawful, neutral, chaotic axis, in where it gives you a lot more freedom in how you react to things.
Yeah. Well, you just say, I don't have to listen to the rules. I can do whatever I want, and then cue improv. Yeah,
it is. And especially for a stream, that's kind of freeing. I will say I am a big in D&D, when you're actually playing a D&D game. I am a big proponent of play your character, and then your alignment comes out of what you're doing, not that I have an alignment and now I'm going to play my alignment. So my chaotic good character sometimes makes choices that are not in the chaotic good alignment because they are dependent on the situation and what she's feeling and what she thinks is the right thing to do in that situation. But yeah, for game mechanics, we do end up with a lot of chaotic neutral. And then I think Dave and Justin have talked at length about why champions end up in specific slots, and it is difficult to pick.
It's a very difficult process. You have to make sure that it doesn't clash with anything else there. It's something that the slot needs. Like, sometimes it'll be like, oh, and maybe he's good in slot 2. It's like, oh, but there's also this other guy there that, like, they're kind of duplicating. But it's also the same in slot 8. And it's like, well, who are we putting? Are we gonna put someone in slot 2 in the future? And it just, it's a very difficult process. It involves a lot of spreadsheets.
And the more characters we add to the game, the more difficult it becomes. Although I would like to think, well, it becomes more difficult for us to pick a place. In a way, it becomes a little easier as well because now you have a roster to choose from. It's a little more intense when you're like, earlier in the life of the game when there were only 2 or 3 characters in a slot. But now, when I've got 7 characters to choose from.
Yeah, I think Briv's slot has more than that too.
I think so. Oh, no.
There's like, I know there's one slot that has, I think.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 in this slot. I have choices. And so, is it another quote unquote? But maybe in this slot, I don't have, in the case of Corazon, he's a support character. So actually Corazon's slot is already pretty filled. There's a lot going on here, but it's it's going to offer you a lot of options, and I think in general it's harder to find some characters that are along certain axes, and we just do our best.
Yeah, I can see how it kind of clashes with Hitch, because he is support as well in the kind of human rogue, like cat human rogue.
Mm-hmm.
So I can do that.
Yeah, there's no perfect answer, but we try our best.
Yeah. Rocket J is asking, since there are copper dragons and there are both brass and bronze, doesn't that mean there are both zinc and tin as well as brass and bronze dragons as hybrids?
if you want to have fun, you need to ask Todd Kenrick that question. Because I had a discussion with them about alloys and why that is a problem. I mean, the honest answer is just because magic. But yes, that's it. I think why not? Why not zinc and tin dragons?
Yeah. They're just like smaller and they form whenever they lay an egg together. That's how they create the other metals.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're thinking now, yeah.
I'm thinking about. Let's just go on to the next question. Oh wait, the next question has more to do with dragons and Dragonborn. TTRP Gifts wants to know: so blue Dragonborns are essentially community managers? No, I wouldn't say blue. So first off, Dragonborn do not follow the same alignment stuff canonically that dragons do. Dragons, once again, if you go by what's in the monster manual and if you go by what's in the lore, they've got these preferences, and the chromatics tend to be selfish and evil, and the metallics are more good. But Dragonborn don't care. Dragonborn doesn't matter what color you are. You're Dragonborn, whatever. In fact, in lore, most Dragonborn are kind of a rust color, because there's been so much of like, all right, this blue lineage and this gold lineage, and they had a baby and they came out maybe gold, maybe blue, or there was mixing and matching, and so a lot of Dragonborn are actually, if you read the 5e manual, they're rust colored. And so it's only like these bespoke lineages, kind of the same way that like
kind of like pure blood, like Harry Potter style.
I don't think pure blood. I was thinking more like, how blue eyes in humans are less prevalent because the way that genes work, if you, depending on what gene you have, some of them are more dominant than others.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And so Dragonborn don't care. For example, on D4, which is an awesome stream that I play on, they have a guest that comes on a regular basis, Mark Meir, the fabulous Mark Meir, who you might know as Baloth the Entertainer, but he has a character who is a black Dragonborn that is on D4, who is a worshiper of Bahamut, who is this lawful good, awesome cleric, and is just like the nicest, most wonderful Dragonborn, even though he sounds totally evil. And that is because in Dragonborn, sorry, I'm going on a rant. You're gonna have to deal with it.
No, keep going.
If in Dragonborn society, the scale color means nothing except, hey, you happen to be gold. Hey, you happen to be bronze. Hey, you happen to be rust colored. So, blue Dragonborn are awesome, and I think that, and I actually have an idea for a blue kobold that I've been playing around with, and yeah. That is my rant on Dragonborn. Now, blue dragons, I'll have to ask Trevor about that.
The only other thing too, I guess, to change would be like the breath weapon of the Dragonborn. So if you're gonna be a black dragon, you have to be like the poison breath, I think, right?
There's actually so you don't necessarily have to have the breath weapon correlate to your scale color.
Oh really? I thought that was like the one thing that had to like the mesh.
I believe canonically, no. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up because once again, when you're choosing your character, the breath weapon that you choose is related to a specific color of dragon, but the what color your scales are can be kind of anything. I'm just gonna pull up D&D Beyond, and here we go.
You do that. I'll grab some questions while you're looking. Vranikin's asking a question. I just purchased Freely. Does his Adventurous Tale work every time I start a run, or is it only for areas I have never used him in, only the first time I use him? So Freely counts every area he's been in, and that adds to Adventurous Tale. So as long as he's in your party when you're completing an area, that'll raise the counter.
Also, you should have Freely in your party all the time because
all the time. He's a great debuffer.
Absolutely. Okay, straight from the 5e. Dragonborn section from the player's handbook. The first Dragonborn had scales of vibrant hues matching the colors of their dragon kin, but generations of interbreeding have created a more uniform appearance. Their small, fine scales are usually brass or bronze in color, sometimes ranging to scarlet, rust, gold, or copper green. And then their hands and feet, blah, blah. The blood of a particular type of dragon runs very strong through some Dragonborn clans. These Dragonborn often boast scales that are more closely matched to those of their dragon ancestors, like the metallics and the chromatics. And then if we come on down to Draconic Ancestry, you have Draconic Ancestry. Choose one type of dragon from the Draconic Ancestry table. Your breath weapon and damage resistance are determined by the dragon type as shown on the table. So the weapon only is... Your Draconic Ancestry determines the size, shape, and damage type of your weapon, but it has zero to do with what color Dragonborn you are.
Okay.
All it is what do you exhale and what is the damage resistance that you have. So you absolutely can be a Dragonborn who is green, who breathes fire.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep.
Good to know.
There's my Dragonborn rant for the day. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk about Dragonborn.
Aquatic Demon just got the achievement for breaking 700 for the first time.
Hey! Congratulations.
J-Dog has a question: how come my background party only beat area 204, but their patron achievement shows 263 completed with this threesome? Yes, it is their first one together. Sounds like a bug that we are fully aware of. Yeah, patron background completion of patron challenges does not work the best currently, and that's on the list. Shaquille Akshek says a small question about favor and blessings. Do spent favors still count for the passive bonus? No. In other words, do we have to keep a certain amount of favor or spend all the blessings? Yeah. So the favor you spend into blessings comes off of your gold find total. So the more you spend, the less gold you're going to get. So, play it safe.
Play it safe.
Yeah. The camera was asking, does this mean guilds potentially? Likely not. I think that's a bit too deep into the multiplayer that we're hoping to get.
Yeah, we are not an MMO.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe you can form a guild on Discord together, I guess a group you always run with, but there's not going to be anything in game to reflect that.
Yeah, so definitely join our Discord so that you can have friends to roll into once everything gets going. Well,
the way it sounded was like, join Discord if you want to have friends. Like, it's just that's the only place you're gonna find them.
Yeah, there's no such thing. Yeah. No such thing as friends in real life. There's only friends on Discord. Here's the thing. Anyone who's listening to this who is in chat right now, you're probably interacting with other people and getting to know some of the other people who play this game. We are used to playing this game as a single player game. And so finding other people who play like at the same time or in the same way as you when trials happen so you can put teams together, I think is actually going to be very important because I think you'll have a lot more fun. So, and because this is a game that up until this happens has been a completely single player experience outside of the wonderful community that is developed outside of the game, then taking the time to find some people that you want to hang out with in a Trials of Mount Tiamat fun is a good idea.
What was it? Okay.
No Loki Grommel. We did not announce an MMO. No. Spelljammer not confirmed. Yeah. No.
Fun Internet Hobo is asking, question, is there a way to link my computer account to play my mobile device? There is not. We touched on that earlier about the whole moving the accounts between platforms. So, with respect to multi-language support, this is from Barbacane74. Can you please consider different keyboard layouts? Not all characters are easy to type on all keyboards. Backtick comes to mind. Backtick?
I don't know what that is either, but that is my ignorance on multiple languages.
Yeah, I mean, we do have a translator group going through all this. Like, we're not the ones translating. I can barely speak English the way it is. So I would assume. Oh, backtick upgrades click damage. Oh, the little tittle. Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, we have hired professionals.
Yes, yeah. So they're doing all that. That is more of a hotkey issue than anything, and that is. We'll flag that and see what we can do about that one.
All right. Well, you're flagging that. I will answer some more questions. Our Green Paradox. Let me try your name again. R Green Paradox. How many people are going to offer up Dragon Bait as their champion just to annoy folks? Hey, I like Dragon Bait. Hold on a second. Hey, look, I got Dragon Bait in my other party right now. And so, you know what? If I got powerful Dragon Bait and I offer up Dragon Bait and Dragon Bait does awesome and now you smell like fried chicken, I think that's all good. I know. I'm going to become the Dragon Bait defender here on this channel very slowly, but,
Dragon who?
Dragon Bait. See?
Who?
See?
Never heard of him.
All right, is this the moment that we stop to talk about the Green Knight? Because now,
yeah.
because now we're talking about Dragon Bait, so we transition to the Green Knight.
That's fair.
All
Yeah.
right, if you would like to continue to send questions in for us to answer, we're here for another hour. Which is sometimes a wonderful thing, and sometimes, all right, you get to listen to us talk about the Green Knight. But our awesome moderators, Martin and Sasha and Mars, are still in chat. They're going to be grabbing those questions, so we won't miss them. But spoiler alert, Green Knight.
Yeah. We're probably going to be talking about a couple of things in the movie. I will just come out and say I did not like the movie. I very much disliked it. It was far too film fest for me. And also, there was a dude sleeping in my movie theater, snoring very, very loudly. So that kind of like set it off a little bit from a little small reason why I didn't like it. But all the scenes where it was dark were too dark. All the lines were like, there was no clear like following of what was going on. There was too much like, what's the word for it? I can't remember the word for it right now. There's like we have to like kind of like look into things a bit more and like look more deeply into like the reasoning behind everything. It's just like
it was too obtuse. There was you were having a problem following the
whole and I guess the big spoiler is the end scene with the actual Green Knight. Like what the hell was that all about? I didn't get it. I got out and I was like, we were with friends. I was like, oh man, these people are gonna be like, yeah, all this stuff. I totally followed along. And I was like, I'm the dumb one here. Oh no. But then we got out and everyone was like, what was going on with that movie? And I was like, whoo, thank God it wasn't just me. Like, oh, holy smokes.
Okay. I have a slightly different take. I don't think I'm gonna preface this by saying, I'm sorry you had a bad theater experience. That absolutely colors how well you can like or dislike a movie.
I had to go wake the guy up. Got out of my chair and I walked over. I was like, hey, you can't sleep here. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Especially, like going to a movie theater is already kind of a weird experience. We rented it. So so this was just last weekend. So we did the home rental because I am still not comfortable going to a movie theater. So I got to see it at home with my TV and, in the comfort. And we were able to like pause and do some stuff that you can't normally do in a movie theater. Yeah. I also did not have someone sleeping behind me. And I had a better movie experience than you did.
Definitely sounds like it, yeah.
Might have also colored. I liked it. I thought there were problems with it, but what I liked about it, and I agree with you on a bunch of stuff. What I really liked about it, I liked the visuals. I thought it was an absolutely beautiful movie. I
will agree with that. I'll agree with that. The cinematography was done very well. The
cinematography, there's whole scenes that are just there to be set pieces that are not necessarily there to inform you about something other than, hey, look at this place that this person is at right now. I do agree there were some scenes that were very dark. We thought that might have been our TV. So hearing you say about the theater, that's an interesting...
that entire like shack in the swamp scene.
That was very dark.
You could barely see what was going on.
And that I agree with. I don't think it took away from my enjoyment of it, but there were a couple of scenes in where we were like, oh, maybe our TV just needs to turn the brightness up.
Yeah.
I thought the acting was absolutely fantastic. I think Dev Patel is amazing, and he kind of carries that movie, and he does. He absolutely does.
There's not a lot to carry. Like, he's essentially the one of the only actors with lines in that movie. Like, so of course he's the standout. He did a great job, but I don't know. To me, there wasn't a lot else he was like really like acting with. So he had a great solo action performance.
Yeah,
in my mind. But
and he had to walk that line of being a character that isn't necessarily super expressive and emotive and having their heart on their sleeves, while still expressing to the audience what he's thinking and feeling without saying anything. So that was kind of what I really liked about him. I liked the way they crafted the story. There were bits that lost me. And there were bits I didn't understand. And there are some quote unquote artsy fartsy bits. I liked the artsy fartsy bits. I don't mind it when I don't mind it when a movie or whatever medium leaves things obtuse and lets you make assumptions or your own decisions about what happened. For example, the end scene. Like, what you think, I think that is, because that's obviously an intentional decision. It is very intentional. It is not like a whoopsie bad filmmaking that the audience, that you can decide for yourself what happens moments after it cuts to black, I think is, especially for the journey that the character is on, I really liked that. I really liked a lot of the fact that there was so much that was left open. There's a line at the end of the movie, and this is semi-spoilerific. We've been kind of skirting around spoilers, but I'm going to spoil something. There's a moment in where Dev Patel's character and the Green Knight are talking, and they're coming to a climax towards the end. And he asks the Green Knight, he says, there's nothing more than this? This is it? This is all that there is? And the Green Knight says, what else do you want? And I think that is a really interesting moment to have in the context of the entire movie, as there are a lot of these bespoke moments. It is a journey that this character goes on, that a lot of the stuff that the adventures that he has and the encounters that they have, some of them are deep and some of them have multiple layers and meanings, and some of them are just a shitty thing that happened that he had to deal with. And I think having the titular character literally at the end being like, what else do you want? This is
like what are you expecting? Like,
this doesn't have to be more than this. I think it's fine. I thought that I really liked that. So I liked it overall. It took me about a day to come to a conclusion about what I thought about the movie, because there was some confusion, and the things that I didn't like, no one really. It's very unclear the names of all of these characters, and because hardly anyone is ever referred to by name, there are a couple of characters that knowing their name would be really useful. And also there's a choice made in where two characters are played by the same actress, and she does a fantastic job.
Yeah, that messed me up a little bit. I remember that a little bit, yeah.
But because they do such a bad job in naming characters, even just asking my husband, who is that? Like, is that this person or this person? I didn't have names. I didn't have, and so it was very confusing. And then it was like, well, are they really the same person? Are they not the same person? And I understand that's an artistic choice, but because they didn't give me anything to glom onto, I had problems.
I also remember a portion of it is that Gawain is just not a good person.
At the beginning, no.
Everything, even through the entire movie, even when it goes into that weird flashback runaway scene at the end, he's still a really bad person.
I wouldn't say he's really bad. He makes some poor choices. He is not. He is selfish. He is He wants to do the right thing. He's on a hero's journey. He's literally doing this because
he loses at every step of the way, man.
Yeah, well, almost every step. I mean,
Yeah.
there are things that he resists doing. He has those growth moments, like with the ghost, in where he wants to help her and he wants to do the right thing, and then he has the mistake of, what are you going to do for me? And she's like, why would you even ask me that? That's a moment that he learns from and he grows, and you can't blame him in that moment, because what was the thing that happened before? He tried to help this guy in a field who had, they had a nice little conversation, and this guy had given him some information, and he learned, oh, okay, I should pay you for this information. This isn't just that we're being friendly with each other. And that is returned as him getting
kidnapped and beaten.
Losing all of his stuff, basically taken advantage of. And so in this moment, it's totally reasonable for him to be wary of helping someone just out of the goodness of his heart. But he learns from all of that, and he's trying to be a better person. But, like a normal human being, he gets scared or he gets confused. And I think that's the powerful moment at the end when he decides to do kind of the classical chivalrous knightly thing. That is the moment at the end in where, so once again, spoilers, Gawain is not a knight for most of this movie. He is still a apprentice squire.
I think squire is the term there.
And he's very clear about that. I'm not a knight. I'm working on becoming one. I am, but he never pretends to be. He never claims to be, and he's very clear with everybody that he comes across. I am not a knight. But the very last thing that happened is the Green Knight refers to him as Sir Gawain, and so he manages to achieve his goal by the end.
It also just messed me up in the morning. It's like, any damage, like if you hit me, any damage done to me will return to you. Why would you cut his head off?
Yeah, I picked that up too. Yeah, but that's a classic like fairy tale kind of thing. And
I'm so manly, I cut this dude's head off. But then it stood back up. So who really won that?
Yeah, no, the whole thing was the conceit of it, but that's also in the original tale is this moment. So anyway, was there anything else you want to say about the Green Knight? I'm happy to. We've talked about this for a little bit. We should answer some questions, and there's a raffle going on. But was there anything else you wanted to say?
No, just that movie was weird. I didn't like. Yeah, it was like the sleeping guy aside, like even like leaving the movie theater and thinking back on it, like the only thing I really liked was the cinematography a little bit, and I didn't like any of the characters. The storyline just felt really weird and mishmash. I never really could follow what was going on, and if I could follow what was going on, the screen was too dark for me to see what was going on. So it was just like a movie that I just had so many questions about, and then had no way to get answers besides like reading the poem afterwards, or any like reading the like online explanations of the story, and then like, oh, so that's why this happened, right? And then just not, and for me personally, not a good experience.
Whereas for me, I enjoyed it. It's thick, and it does have confusing moments in where, I think they could have done a better job and not lose the aesthetic that they were going for. But I overall really liked it, and there we go. The Green Knight. As
opposite sides,
We should go back to answering questions about Idle Champions. So thank you for listening to us, and thank you for coming to our TED Talk. Where should we pick up?
I've been waiting for this all week, actually. We wanted to have this talk. When you're like, we can talk about the Green Knight, I was like, I'm in. I hate this movie.
I'm like, I like this movie. We should talk about this on air.
Rocket J says, there appears to be 2 slots for buttons in the top left corner. One is pointing from the Mount Tiamat. Can you say what the other slot is? I don't think we can.
I think David and Justin talked about that they literally just made room for other stuff. I don't think
they did confirm one is for Mount Tiamat. I don't think they confirmed what the other slot was for.
Yeah, there's stay tuned to our socials.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put the socials in chat again. While everybody is entering for the chance to win so many chests.
Ooh. Yeah. Craven More Blood is asking, if we miss the secret show this afternoon, will we be missing any stream only codes or giveaways? Giveaways probably.
Yeah, you'll miss a giveaway because we're doing them during all of the shows. You will miss an Electrum chest, I believe, just like all of our shows have Electrum chests, but like a lot of the stuff that we give away, especially those chests, they're good for at least a week, and so they tend to show up other places. So like if you go to our Discord, if you go to the Reddit, there's places where you can pick up on those older chest codes, or if you watch the VOD. So if you miss that, you're not missing out on the Electrum chest. But there will be a giveaway or two that's happening.
Yeah. I don't even know what the special stream is. So,
it has not been announced.
Ooh, sneaky. You can keep it on the down low.
I don't know when it's going to be announced, and so stay tuned for our socials because I don't know when
that's
planned.
Tell me after.
Okay.
Vampire 37 has a question saying, Omen's Spirit Guardian Ultimate used to leave spirits wandering when you change the stage. Now it appears it makes the spirits go away when the stage ends. Is this a bug or that intentional? That's intentional. I think them carrying over to the next area was a bug, because anything like any environmental stuff, example, Penelope's like rocky walls and the Corazon's grease puddles should disappear when they go to the next area. So the Omen's ghosts, the Spirit Guardians are kind of the same thing. So
I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because I know we had an influx of new people coming in from the game just recently. And so Pratipus asked, how do we get the Catty Bree skin? You can enter this code into your game and get Worm Speaker Catty. You can get, it unlocks Catty Bree and this skin and 3 gold Catty Bree chests. Just go to the game. Here, let me hide that again. Go to the game. Go to your chests, go to unlock a chest code, and put that code right in here, which I would do, except I've already unlocked her. Yay! And then you will get all of that fun stuff. That code is good until September 16th, 9 a.m. So you've got a little while to redeem it. And we'll be showing off this code for the rest of today's days of streaming for Fenris.
Ooh. Does Idle Champions have ever offers on Prime loot? I don't think we have. That would be pretty neat to get into.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Amazon Prime stuff? Yeah.
Yeah.
Quady TTV is asking, is there a stage level cap? Currently, there is one at 1,500, but there's also a kind of a soft wall at 1,002, where the game doesn't scale the monsters probably after 1,002. So from 1,002 to 1,500, there is just a set damage you have to do to these monsters, but they also kill you in one hit. So there's no proper scaling there. Because for a long time, people could never get that high without like cheesing the game or cheating in some sort of way. And it's kind of the same for 1,500. You can people cheese their way up there, but after 1,500, at 1,501, it's a ban because you can't get there through normal means. So there's a quick soft ban that goes there for your ban for 24 hours. Then the next day you'll be fine. But if you do it again, 48, do it again, and adds a day every time pretty much. So don't do it.
Don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a couple more questions that are lower down. We'll just kind of go back and forth here. Optimus SE asks, is that a dice light behind you? And where did you get it? I'm assuming you're talking about
I've been wondering about that too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So I've been doing some upgrades to my office, and so I don't always have the blue screen behind me, so you can actually see. Look, it's my stuff. There are more upgrades, but yes, that is a D20 dice light. I got it on Amazon because I got it, because sometimes that's what you have to do. But I do know that a lot of the local game stores, your friendly local game store, will carry, because that is officially licensed merchandise right there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so it is, but I do know you can get it on Amazon. Just look up D20 Light, and it should show up as that, but it is official licensed merchandise. So yeah, I like it. I actually have another one coming so that I can have 2.
So you can glow with advantage?
Yeah, so I can have them both on the side, because if I'm going to show off the rest of my office, then I might as well be symmetrical?
Sure, yeah. Simple Andy is asking, hey, I'm trying to build an Ashar comp, but I'm missing Bailoff and Okoria. Are any tips on who I can replace them with? That's a good question. That's probably a better question for Discord in the formations group. They can help you go over your formations and go over that, because I don't know who you have or who you can get really quickly, so going over that's very difficult in a stream setting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Like
Ashara comp without. I mean, I don't think
any spellcaster. Well, you don't really need spellcasters at that point, really, because you don't have Ikoria. So, Omen and Briv are good.
Yeah.
Avrin for Half-Bloods.
Yeah, let me. Do I have
Yeah.
Ashara in the other? Oh, I don't, because once again, yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily need the two of them. You just need to think about having, because if you're trying to make her your main DPS, you want to focus on making sure Potpourri and the second specialization,
Whichever one fits for you.
yeah, whatever that second specialization is, has a lot of those types of characters. So maybe look at what characters you have that can fit there, and think a little less about the magic side of it, and think more about those specializations. But yeah, Sean is right. Come to our Discord, because knowing who else you have available, and if there's a specific free player adventure you're trying to go through, can help build a formation that will be awesome.
Yeah. Edlad is asking, well, why is Bailoff in an Ashara formation? Usually Bailoff's in there for Ikoria and then the spellcaster, and Bailoff also provides a very, very good buff in front and behind him. And if you take the time to stack up his invulnerability buff, I forget what it's called, it's a huge multiplier.
Yeah.
So he provides a very, very strong buff.
Also, coming in straight from Mars, suggests for the same slots Jaheira because of Half-Blood for Ashara, and Tyrell because of Potpourri. So those are some other options for you. And then I'm going to grab this question, since we did just talk about the Green Knight for quite a while. JDog2773 wants to know, is Gawain the next idle champion? No. I never want to discount anything coming up, but I think it would be really weird to have semi-historical figures.
Unless we have a Knight of Green. That's just got a dude wearing like full green armor or something.
I mean, that's just a cool PC idea. I mean, if there's a streamer out there who wants to do that, and then we end up bringing their character into the game, that would be super awesome. But as far as Gawain goes, probably not.
Yeah. Niskis is asking a question: is Xander going to get some love? It's constantly bullied because he can miss its attacks. That's the point of Xander, isn't it? That if you miss the attack, you get like a bonus to your quest jobs. I don't use Xander. No one does.
Yeah, I think it's something like that. Yeah. Oh, also, Mars makes a good point. Isn't Dragonbait our Green Knight? Oh, I mean, I like Dragonbait. Yeah, sure. Why not? I like this just because the idea of chill mode. Buzzer K, will familiars get a walking animation when on chill mode? Which I don't know if that's the official term, but I like chill mode. I think that's a good descriptor.
Cool. Oh
I don't know. I don't think there's anything right now in the works, but yeah, that is true. When you have you do have familiars up, and so chill mode, what we're actually talking about, although I'm just going to call it chill mode from now on. If you disable a lot of the flashing and the shaking and the actual doing the smacking the ground in order to be able to do click damage, you can disable a lot of that, which I like doing both for streams because it makes it a little bit easier to watch because you don't want too many flashing lights and things. But also I find it a little easier to just kind of see what's going on the screen where there isn't quite as much flashing. That does mean that your familiars just kind of, chill. And those that are not flying just kind of do that that idle hopping-ish animation. So, I don't know. I'm just looking at these familiars that I've got out. Right now, we got the 3 flyers. We got Fenris, who just wants to play. We got everybody else just kind of doing that. I'm a fighting game character, but you haven't put any inputs into me yet, so I'm just going to do
it's kind of like the bounce back and forth, yeah.
Which
The Hungry Father, thank you for the sub.
Oh, hey, thanks for the sub.
Go get some food. We'll come get some pancakes tomorrow.
Ooh, pancakes.
Bunos is asking a question. Can you make a function to skip chest animations when opening many chests with codes? That is a possibility.
We can pass it along.
Quality of life lists. Yeah. Question: can I change the in-game shop currency from Tombo Larkin? The Steam store shows European, I guess, Euro prices. but the in-game shop uses USD. So that part is all on the platform to do that. We only provide the prices in USD, and then the platform will adjust it in game to be what it is. That's up to them. So if they don't change it, they'll change it for you in on the actual part. If you hit I want to buy this one, and it'll pops up the purchase screen. It'll show you the proper currency for where you are, but in game that's on the platform. Because everyone has different exchange rates. So
yeah, and it changes.
Yep.
I'm going to skip to Maddie Lamore. I saw that a character from Baldur's Gate will be added a few events from now. Is that true? Yes. Will we know who? Eventually. Yeah, that was one of the things that got spoiled on the... I say spoiled, but we talked about in advance. We
leaked it.
If we leak it, is it really a leak, though?
It's a leak, yeah.
Teased. We teased it.
There we go.
That's the app. So we did a stream about a month ago on the Epic Game Twitch in where it was actually Chris Dupuis and I did a 2-hour stream in where we talked about a bunch of things coming up in the game. We teased some new champions, and we teased some of the new adventures coming out, a few new monsters. We talked about Trials of Tiamat. We don't often talk about things that far in advance, but we thought maybe once in a while this would be a good thing to do. And so yes, we did tease that a character from Baldur's Gate is coming, but that is all we have announced. And so at this point, we've kind of gone back to our standard operating procedure, which is we focus on the current champion that is either in the game, that's just newly into the game right now, or is about to come up. So right now it's all about Corazon. But yeah, you did hear true, and you'll just have to keep an eye on our socials to learn more.
Ink Lady Pumpkin is asking, who is the best champion to speed up the adventures without potions? Great, excellent question. The top 3 are probably going to be Human, Briv, and Shandy. With a sprinkle of Sentry.
Yeah. I got Briv in here. I think I've got both. I've got Shandy over here. I actually don't have Human anywhere.
Yeah, Shandy's doing nothing for speed back there.
Yeah, but so I've got this weird formation going on over here. I might as well switch.
That's the no DPS one, right?
Yeah, I'm cleaning up some patron stuff with my second, and I haven't had a chance to even set up my first party. But this is the Strahd variant where you have to get through a certain number of stuff without any DPS, and it's kind of so it's not only am I limited to the Strahd specific champions, but also I can't use any DPS, and so it's kind of this mixed bag. Right now, Hitch is kind of my DPS because
the de facto DPS, yeah.
Yeah, he's not bad at it, and I've got a couple characters like I'm not usually someone who uses Regis, but there he is doing a buff. So Shandy's, and I got a potion.
I feel like Dragonbait's a bit of a weird choice there because he's not really providing anything for Hitch.
Yeah, once again, not the most optimal formation. Yeah. But I like Celeste at the front a little bit more than Dragonbait, and no, Hitch isn't getting the most optimal thing, but the purpose of this formation for me is I am grinding through a whole bunch of levels in order to finish this specific challenge of complete 250 areas without any DPS challenge. And so, yes. In like another 100 levels or so, I'll reconfigure this and it'll be fine.
Yeah. How dare you not play optimally? How dare you?
Listen, have you not seen me play? I am the least. We have a Garwar and a Mars and a Yu, and we got other people who are really good at the optimal thing. And then there's me, who just sticks.
Play the game.
Yeah, who's like, I want all the heroes of the plains in there so that they can say hi to Corazon. Yeah. That's what I do. Sorry, we should answer more questions.
Next question. I am Dubra. Says, will Tiamat's favor matter for the new multiplayer gameplay? Yes. That's all you'll get from me. Favor does. Oh, Tiamat's favor matter. Oh, sorry. No, it will not.
No, that is a different thing, yeah.
That's a different thing. No, it will not matter.
I thought there was a change, and I wasn't going to say anything, but...
Yeah.
Also, Edlad, I completely agree. I optimized for fun.
There you go.
And my fun happens to be in doing all tank formations. Oops, all tanks.
Trenturian says a question. Will there be an update coming to the gem shop soon TM. Yeah, soon TM. Whenever we decide to. All right.
Which is soon TM.
Exactly. C squared. Is there a way to randomize familiars placed while placing the F key on PC? No, it just picks them in the order that are there that you have them available. So.
And I'll jump down to a related question about familiars from Davenend. Anyone know how to get more familiars? There's a bunch of different ways. So you can purchase them with real money. You can purchase them with gems from the gem shop. You can also get them through patron currency in the patron shop. So like I said, I've got a couple of these familiars already, but not all of them. So like I've got the Golden Flame Skull from Mert, but Zariel, I am still working on unlocking the Baby Coatl. And so those are some familiars you can get there. And then, yeah, if you want to spend a little bit of real money and unlock Fenris, the direwolf pup, and then
He's
have
so
your...
cute.
This is the cutest. And then that is a donation to Take This, which is a fantastic charity organization. Yeah, there's plenty of ways that you can unlock familiars in the game, and then soon you can have this bevy of wonderful familiars. So, so many.
New guy question: do heroes skip over if you don't have one that meets requirements for the map? Asks the Hungry Father. I think I get what you mean. So that's like it's an example that Lauren has up. Nayeli is blocked in slot 3. So yes, so it'll show. And once you earn enough gold for then slot 4, it'll show up for the slot 4, and they'll say like, hey, if you can use one, someone they'll be there. But yeah, anyone with an icon on them like that means they can't be used. So. Twinkadom says, I got 4 new characters and 16 gold chests for each when I started the game yesterday on Steam. Yeah,
welcome.
Big promo. Is there a similar reward for the Android version? I installed that today. I already love this game, even though I've played it only for 24 hours, but it didn't auto-update for anything like it did on Steam. That's because Steam has a special promotion right now for those characters and gold chests. So that's only on Steam you can get that.
We've done some promotions like this on the Epic Store. And we had talked about how if it went over well, if our community liked it, that we were going to try to bring it to other platforms. So this is the first time that we've been able to do it for Steam. Like we talked about at the beginning.
I think this is the second one we've done for Steam.
Oh, is this?
I think we've done ones for Steam before. I don't know if it's been as big as this one though.
Okay, that might be what I'm thinking about then.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's unfortunately, this relates back to what we were talking about, where dealing with each individual platform is sometimes, it's very specific about what we can offer, what we can do, especially when it comes to free stuff like this. Yeah. So we see that people like this, that this is a fun thing. We can't do it across all platforms all the time. So we're just trying to work and see what we have. Right now, this specific promo is only happening on the Steam store. And we're always looking to try to do it in other places, so keep an eye on our socials.
Yeah. How many familiars do you need to fully automate a run? 9 out of 10 depending on the run, plus 6 on the field and 1 on the ultimates? Yeah, you can do so I'd say there's a formation of 9, so 9 on the 9 champions, 1 for click damage, 10, 9 for each ultimate, so 19 plus 6 on the field, 25. If you want to put it on absolutely everything.
Yeah, and I personally, I'm happy with just the roaming familiar over on the ult bar. For me, the important ones are leveling up each of the champions and having the full team out doing it's less about click damage, more about getting the distractions and picking up stuff as you go. So for me, this is what I consider a full formation of familiars.
Yeah.
Which is hard to say.
Yeah, you could do 9 on champions, 1 on that bar, and then 5 on the familiar thing if you don't want to have someone clicking the distractions.
Yeah.
So, Benedict is asking, what's the best to spend gems on as a newer player? Ooh, I think I saw somebody post the GVA, the Gems Visual Aid, made by Mars and Garwar. So it's a great start. My recommendations are always.
Sorry, I realized that that command got updated and I've forgotten what the new command is. Oh, there we go. Isle Champions Visual Aid by Mars. There it is. Thank you, Eldritch Colossus, for putting that in there. Yeah, we had updated ones. Sorry,
now everyone's doing it now. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everybody. Yeah, so like my personal recommendation is to do chests until your evergreens are all blue. That way they're at a decent level of gear at that point, and then start working towards familiars. And then if you find yourself getting stuck on stuff, then definitely more chests and kind of rotate as you go. Just think about what you need in the moment.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would also say keep an eye on some of the actual feats that you can unlock with gems, because especially if you've got a champion that you really like using, or one that you've got that's really nicely geared, or a specific champion that is going to help with getting you past a certain obstacle, and unlocking that feat is going to help. Don't be afraid to spend a little money on, or some of those gems on the feats as well. But I agree, kind of starting out, get yourself some chests and get yourself familiars.
Asterina Clarence is asking, so how do you unlock Split the Party in the pipe game? Oh, I love the pipe game. Split the Party is accessible once you have 2 champions in every slot in the formation. It will show once you have half of them filled. So it'll show when you have half of them filled, and then once you have 2 in every slot, then you'll have the option to actually run Split the Party and then access Modron from around.
Sorry, I'm checking on audio and video quality. So thank you, Sean, for continuing to answer questions as I'm just checking in.
Mit7X is asking, so who are the best frontliners to run with Archon? So if you're having a multi-tank formation, Turiel is really good. And then, Briv, Ayla, Tyrell are really good to go on the front line. I personally always thought, even though Archon's a tank, I personally don't think he's the best up front. You really want to make use of Usurp. So you gotta put him where he's able to steal a bunch of abilities from people, and usually up front isn't the best for that. But if it is, and the formation you're running, then perfect. But if not, then hey, just work out.
Also, if you're using Archon, you can't use Penelope. Sorry. Okay. It sounds like maybe just for a little bit our video quality dropped, but it should be back. So
yeah. Honestly, I think it's just me. I think it's just Google Meet being not the best.
You know what? It might have been Google Meet. It might have been Twitch. It might have been the weather. Who knows? It is a stream. It's just for a behind the scenes thing. I'm the one that is technically producing, so every time I hear about the audio or the video or something like that, I'm immediately just looking at all of the numbers. What have I done? I'm lucky to have Sean, who is incredibly knowledgeable about the game and answering these questions, to be able to take over fully as I just look at numbers.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say the streaming, and I was like, not really. Game, I got it. Yeah, game, I got it.
I mean, you're also pretty knowledgeable about streaming. You've been streaming quite a while with best friend forever Lee doing the pancake streams.
My setup is 3 slides. I never change them except for the code on the screen, and I just load that only. And if it changes in any way, I go, oh no, I panic.
Do not mistake
Very simple.
Keeping a simple setup for not being good at streaming. There is nothing that says that this needs to be a complicated setup, but streaming is not easy, even if you're using the for this I only have 3 scenes and a bunch of sources, and I've kept it pretty simple. But that is simple does not mean that you're still not doing a lot. So
that's fair.
I have respect for you, especially with a pancake streamer where you have to worry about things like the focus on a pancake.
Oh yeah. Oh, wild. Franikin's asking, does the favor drop increase on more difficult rated runs? It does not. Well, that would be kind of neat if you chose to do a challenging one instead, rather than waiting for it to be easy when you got a bit of a higher quality out of that. Huh.
That could be interesting, yeah.
I've highlighted that for later.
Highlighted for later. Wait, I'm saying this out loud now so that we can remember. that after the stream is over, we need to go back and grab those things that we've highlighted, not just be,
Yes.
okay,
Oh,
time to go to lunch.
Yeah. That is going to be me after I'm off the stream, though. I'm getting kind of hungry.
Yeah. It is way past lunchtime.
Yep.
But, thank you for not eating on stream.
Yeah. Sylvia on X is asking, what is an Evergreen?
Ooh, good question.
An Evergreen champion is a champion that is free in-game, but not part of the core 12. So people like Dragonbait, Okoria, Dritz, the Nerds, Rhea. That's what are considered evergreens. And I think that was a term coined by the players, actually. Maybe that came from like people playing on the Discord and like, yeah, these are evergreen champions. This is the term they came up with. And like, yeah, we'll roll with that, and went with it. So
I did not know that. Learn something new every day. I'll skip ahead since I'm being addressed directly. Maddie Lamore, Lauren, you mentioned not really using Regis. Is he not strong as a support? I'm pretty new, but he seems to improve my damage a lot regardless of who my DPS is. Mostly for Regis, I just have a couple of other champions in this slot that I tend to use on a very regular basis. Korth and Talon are pretty much go-tos for me in most of my formations, partially because of their gear, partially because I like better how they buff in most of the formations that I personally use. So it's not that Regis isn't good, it's just he doesn't always fit into the formations that I am making. So Korth and Talon are kind of my go-tos, and then I also like using Celeste and Dinar a lot, but in this case, Talon is busy, and Korth, Dinar, and Celeste are not available for a Strahd variant, and Krydle wouldn't work because Krydle is a DPS, and I need enough DPSs. And so this is why having a deep roster is good. This is why getting champions, even if they're not champions that you use on a regular basis for whatever reason, it's good to still have them in your roster, because every once in a while you're going to come across, this is a Strahd variant that wants no DPS, and I'm running out of people. Regis, you're up. Let's go for it. So it's mostly just, for me, it's the weird personal preference of what characters I like to use for what, but Regis is absolutely fine. In fact, I should probably...
He's actually a pretty decent support. His healing has a lot to be...
let's do that.
A lot to be wanted from. Donar is my go-to in slot 2 as well.
Yeah, Dinar's is pretty good. Talon has kind of become my go-to. Talon or Korth, depending on what I'm trying to buff. But yeah, there's a lot going on. But Regis is perfectly good and does a lot of really good things depending on the formation. And I've got some really nice gear because Regis is a champion that's been around for a while. So I've unlocked quite a bit of gear for them. So
yeah, I think he's year 1.
He might be.
I think so, yeah. He's an old man.
Yeah, well, I mean, so am I. So who am I to judge? So yeah, a lot of the time when I personally talk about not being a fan of using a specific champion, often it's just because of personal preference of the formations I like to use and the other champions I like using in that slot. But if you're looking for a more objective, numbers-based answer to your question, come to our Discord.
Shiriko's asking, outside of blessings and items, do adventures have individual difficulty change from adventure to adventure, or is it just based on how far you can get in the variant? The challenge, is this about the challenge rating, I guess?
Individual
difficulty? Yeah, like the challenge rating is only based off of your favor amount. So there probably can be some that show as easy because you have enough favor, but the actual rules of the variant make it a lot more difficult. So,
also, the rules of the variant may restrict what champions you can use, and if you have champions, if the only champions you can use for a specific variant, like we were literally just talking about, are not champions that are well geared, or you don't have access to those champions, then maybe you've got enough favor to do a variant, but you don't have the champions to do the variant. So
the roster.
Yeah, your roster.
Your roster. Yeah.
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. Kelman's asking, any more effective way to level up gear to unlock the first patron blacksmith scrolls from gold chests? Yeah, I mean, as long as you just keep opening chests, like if you have an influx of gems, you just buy a bunch of like silver chests and just open those up. So all you need are the item levels to be, I think it's an average of, or a highest average of like 250 or something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember the. Look it up.
While you look that up, I will ask the next question to you.
Oh God,
because it'll be fun. The real Bunny Beast wants to know, Sean, what did you have for breakfast?
I had nothing. So I woke up a little bit late today. I woke up. I was like, oh, I gotta go, and just like left.
I'm gonna be honest. I will also answer this question. I did not have anything for breakfast either because I'm one of those people that is never hungry in the morning. So it's actually a little bit of a struggle to eat breakfast in the morning. But lunch is coming up, and I have plans for lunch.
Ooh.
I have sushi plans.
Ooh, nice. Yeah. So actually, yes, you need a total of 2,000 loot levels, so which would be, and then you need at least 20 champions unlocked. So the 12 normal, 13 with Hitch, and then wherever you're gonna get 7 more champions. So, and then as long as you have 2,000 complete total, and as long as also you need to pay 3 time gate pieces and 10 silver chests. Don't forget that.
It's important.
I can't tell you how many times I've gotten a ticket that says, "Hey, I just lost 3 time gate pieces. Like I don't know what happened." And I go, "Well, you unlocked Mert," and they go, "Right, okay, I get it."
At least that's an easy one, right? At least if somebody submits a ticket for that, at least that's an easy answer, and it's not just oh wait, you did lose. Where did? Hold on, wait, let me look for it.
Tickets always come after like a free time gate weekend, where it's like I opened a free time gate and then I lost 3 pieces, and I go, "Oh no, please don't tell me something happened." And then I go, "Oh no, okay, it's just Mert doing Mert thing." Yeah. Davinet is asking, is there any reason not to open chests immediately? No, there's no reason. I personally hate having a stack of chests. I think Lauren has a different opinion there.
Keep going. I'll let you finish.
I'm actually thinking about it. There could be a small reason, but not a really important one. Like, I know some people are holding off on like unlocking the Nerds champion to make sure they have like shinies on everything before then they get the Nerds or things like that. I personally I hate having an inventory of chests. It's wasted item levels, so I will open them as fast as I can. But I actually have a bunch I have to go through right now. But yeah.
So
Lauren, your rebuttal?
I'm not gonna say it's a rebuttal. I agree. In almost all cases, just open them. Just open them up. Usually when I have a stack of chests that I need to open up, it is not that I've been waiting for something. It is because I've been playing the game in the background while I'm doing other things and gained a bunch of chests. However, I will say, I am at a point, because I have unlocked quite a bit, and I've been playing this game for a while, I do hold on. The gold chests are just, I haven't opened them up yet. But like the silver chests and the electrum chests, because I'm not worried about gear as much as other things, I will often hold on to these to then open up a whole bunch at, say, the beginning of a time gate or the beginning of a new when a new champion starts. Yeah. And so if I'm doing something that doesn't have any favor, I'll open up like 50 of the silver chests just to get like a little bit of gold going, just to give myself a little bit of a boost, because it's good to have on hand. But I'm not as concerned about loot for my evergreens or for my for any of those that the chests will open up for. So that's really my reason. So specifically, like next weekend when there's a time gate weekend and I open up that first time gate, the next thing I will do is I'll come over here and I'll be like, let's just do like 50 silver chests, get myself a little bit of gold to get started, to just kind of get everything rolling. Because I've been playing this long enough now that when I do those that don't have any favor, it feels so slow. Oh God.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, it's so slow.
See, I gotta grab my gold formation, set that up. Okay, doesn't get very far because they're all gold champions. All right, switch to DPS. Now I can go far.
Yeah. But that being said, that is a fairly specific reason, and it's not really doing that major of a big deal. Most of the time, yes, I agree with Sean. Ooh, excuse me. Go ahead and just open the chests, use that gear. I know, okay, wait, I do have another suggestion, because I know Garwar is in chat. And I know Garwar
Oh, collection.
Yeah, if you're interested in making sure that you are collecting, and that's not even not opening up chests, that's more the order that you open up chests.
Exactly, yeah.
Making sure you open up silvers before and getting a specific collection going before you open up the gold, that kind of thing. But in general, open up your gear, open up your loot, have fun. That's half the fun of this game is the unboxing of stuff.
Yeah, unboxing, yeah.
Yeah.
Next question. I actually like this question. Ulfin OG is asking, how far do you typically know internally versus publicly who the upcoming new champions will be? You've been through the process.
Okay.
So why don't you go give a little insight into how long that takes to get a champion into the game?
Okay. So I mean, I could talk about this on several levels. It can take months.
Yeah.
How far? And not everybody who works at CNE knows all of the champions that are coming up, because obviously, like, how it starts is some decisions are made on who to reach out to, and then like contracts have to be negotiated and a timeline has to be set up. So before even any dev work happens on a champion or any artwork happens, all of that has to be agreed to beforehand, and that can take a little bit just because people are busy.
My people talk to your people talk to my people.
Exactly. And then it's all right, figuring out what champion should go in what slot, figuring out what champion should be released during what event takes a little bit of negotiation, takes a little bit of figuring out what makes the most sense, not just timeline wise, but also to try to, for a bunch of different reasons. So there's a lot of reasons why everything can be stretched out or compressed a little bit. We do like, as is probably obvious, we like to get sets of champions from a stream. For example, and I'll talk about Heroes of the Plains. Obviously, we've got a whole collection of Heroes of the Plains, and we kind of knew, all right, we're going to be getting a bunch of different characters from this stream. And so sometimes it's a matter of just figuring out, okay, what order do we want to bring these characters on in? And that there's a bunch of different reasons why that. So for Orkira specifically, I knew she was going to be eventually coming to the game probably about a year in advance before she showed up, maybe even a bit more. But from the moment I signed the contract and like the work started, that was probably 8-9 months, I want to say. And that included like holiday time and stuff in there. So 9-ish months. Yeah. And that also back and forth. And during that time, I was advised, because when we were bringing her into the game, I hadn't started working here. In fact, most of Orkira was figured out before I actually started working here. When I showed up as an employee, there was literally only like last little things, like figuring out some of the
like tech hookups and stuff in the very end.
Yeah, some last minute dev stuff that I don't know all the details about, but like pretty much everything else was done and approved. And it was just, all right, well, she was slotted to go into her spot in April. So yeah, it takes a while to get a champion on in there, because it's a back and forth with the content creator, because we are very, very keen on making sure that we are bringing their idea of the champion into the game. We want them to be as excited to see their character as we are, and the closer we get to making them happy, the better everything is going to be, because then then their fans of that character are happy to see that character represented well, and it's just good for everybody. So there's often a bunch of back and forth. So yeah, it can be 9 to 10 months from when the content creator is contracted and then the champion goes on in. As far as how far out do we typically know internally versus publicly? Well, publicly, we usually only announce like
the next champion like the week beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, so let me go ahead and just grab dates here. So Corazone's event is going to end on the 13th. Yep. And then we'll have a couple of days of stuff. And then the next event champion, ignoring the fact that we did that whole teaser thing, the next event champion would be announced on Friday the 17th, where we would usually put out a blog and a champion spotlight and all kinds of information. And pancakes, yay!
Yeah.
So there'd be the public announcement is literally less than a week before the champion goes in the game. But internally, we've been working on that for 8, 9, 10 months, maybe even longer, depending on how things have worked out.
Yeah, we have a decent stack that's built up and are kind of part ready to go. In the art stages, planning stages still. So we have a pretty good backlog coming up. It's gonna be really fun.
And it's a backlog because we have a bunch of people we really are excited to work with. It's a backlog because like most game development, there is multiple things going on all at the same time because we have different teams. And then because a lot of it is that back and forth of, all right, here is the latest equipment for this champion, and then showing it to the content creator and getting their feedback and their tweaks and everything, and having time to be able to make those changes. All of that takes time. Yeah.
The art process is a very long process because all the animations, even them walking, throwing daggers, every piece of equipment, everyone's got the whites, greens, blues, purple rarity.
Yep.
So there's 4 types of 6 items each champion. So it's 24 pieces of gear, all drawn a little bit differently. And then some might have something wrong with the epic compared to, and the rare looks great, but the epic can be tweaked to be this, and
And I can say from experience, there's tweaking going on practically up until the champion is released. So
didn't Freely lose his arm halfway? I think BJ talked about this. Where Freely lost his arm halfway through our development process, and the art was already done. He's oh hey guys, actually, I lost my arm. Can we fix it? Can we change this? And everyone's like, okay, yeah, sure. So,
Freely's was, you're right that B. Davis talked about this, and I think you're right that it was literally halfway through the art process, and so the team was amazing about being able to fix and change that. Orkira's stats completely changed, although that was semi-early in the process. I think we had the initial call, and we had talked about her, and it's not that she changed very much. I just went from being a light cleric to the Phoenix cleric, so my stats had changed and some of my powers had changed, but her core, who she is, what she looks like, hadn't changed too much. So it was just a little bit of maneuvering in the back end because I'll just admit it, her stats got better. I went from using the array to having rolled stats, and the rolled, and I think I've told this story before, so I'll TLDR it. I was joining D4, and D4 rolls their stats. And I'd been playing Orkira already for a year and a half with just the array. And so they're like, all right, we'll roll stats, and then we'll level her up from there. And I went into D&D Beyond and rolled stats. And I historically roll like crap. And I did. Orkira's stats were horrible. I will pull them up because they make me happy to say. But I had a 5 and a 7. And it was, here we go. Lauren's bad stats. I saved this. I had 7, 12, 5, 11, 11, 14.
At least you have a 14 in there. That's not too bad.
But a 5 and a 7?
Yeah, the 5 and the 7 make it really difficult.
Yeah, so I sent the stats along. So I'd rolled them on D&D Beyond, and I took the screenshot, and I sent them along to Dustin, one of the DMs for D4. He was helping me get everything set up. And then there was this 15-minute pause, and then all of a sudden he got back to me with a different set of stats, and he's like, why don't you use these stats? And they were more in line with the numbers that the rest of the D4 crew have, which happened to be also way better than the standard array was. So in the middle, in the first third of the process, I remember having an email exchange with Chris Dupuis and Margaret and a couple people. I'm like, hey, so yeah, remember how I said that this is what Orkira does and these are her stats? She's better now. Is that gonna be a problem? So yeah, that was a moment. Did we answer the question? I did. Oh yeah.
So, yeah, we did. Yeah. I mean, yeah. So internally, we know pretty far out what's upcoming. Publicly, you guys get about usually less than a week of as a warning.
Yeah. And once again, that's just so that we have, there's a bunch of different reasons, but it's like we like to focus on one champion at a time so they get their spotlight and they get their due. We also like to only announce things when they are done so that more often than not, we are presenting things to our community that are done because, you know, it's a sign of respect to our community that we try to do that and that we only offer you things when we're like, yep, here you go, complete package, done.
We don't want another Alcoria fiasco where she just sits there like coming soon for 2 years, right?
Yeah. So we try.
Yeah. All right. Some final questions before we have to sign off.
Grab 2 or 3 more questions.
Okay. I can rapid fire all these ones. Can Rabbit in a close escorts? You're down to 4 champions. Can you recommend which type of champions will work best? And there are only 4. 1 tank, 2 supports, and a DPS. Mr. Jake Reed. How do I get time gate pieces? I have 1, but no idea where it came from or how to get more. 1 will drop every 5 or so days after you kill a boss. They're also available through the patron shop if you have patrons unlocked, which sounds like you probably don't. So every 5 days you'll get a chance to drop one by killing a boss. New Ras, is there a reason you can't open chests on the world map when you can complete the campaign? Partially yes. Like silver chests, for example, they drop gold. If you're on the campaign map, dropping gold does nothing for you. So it's be kind of a waste to do that. So we limit it to only being in an actual adventure. Reed Bowman, question: why do my familiar system has not loaded my other party while there is not a party not on the active screen? Sounds like a bug. Please make a ticket with all the details you have about that.
And I'm going to stop you there because I'm going to show how to make a ticket for those who are wondering. And then we're going to have to sign off because there's more to come this afternoon. And I want to do a couple quick announcements. So best thing to do if you need to make a ticket in any of the games that you're playing on any of the platforms, come down here to this little question mark in the bottom right-hand corner. Click on support. It's going to say support will open up a new browser tab. I'm going to say cancel because...
I'm actually going to interrupt you because Safer Tier just subbed. Hello, Safer Tier. Thank you. Woo,
hey! Welcome. Right. Also, let me just put Fenris back up there while Safer Tier is hanging out. But yes, if you need to submit a support ticket, do that through the in-game if you can, because say okay for the new browser tab, because what that'll do is it'll help us be able to grab your game information and figure out what is going on. So that is the best way to submit a ticket, is through the in-game support. With that, we unfortunately have to go because that is our time. But fortunately, coming up is Idle Insights and an amazing interview with a wonderful person who is going to be on. And if you haven't yet, please go ahead and Take This by buying Fenris, the direwolf pup, who is adorable and amazing. Thank you to our moderators because you are awesome and we couldn't have done the show without you. So thank you, Martin, Sasha, and Mars. Thank you
whole team today.
Yeah, big giant team on the second day of our Fenris celebration. Thank you, Sean, for answering so many questions.
Oh, I'm here for it. I ran out of water partway through, so lucky we're empty now.
Please go have a lovely lunch. Go have an awesome time. Take a stretch, grab some water, and come back for Idle Insights coming up momentarily. But for now, I'm just going to say we'll see you next encounter. Bye.
Bid you adieu.